with their moms. Like as a single parent myself, I could tell the difference. Like my daughter, I'm gonna put myself out there a little bit, right? My daughter, straight A student, and I homeschooled her till she was 9. On this big ass whiteboard right here, you feel me? On this big ass whiteboard that I bought during COVID, I bought this motherfucker myself. My daughter was like 3, 4. I was teaching the motherfucking PEMDAS, reading, had her writing the Constitution and all this shit out every day. Now, that's why what I'm saying, like, you could literally tell the difference. Like the one brother said earlier, I forget what his name was. Like, you ask these little girls now who they role models is, they straight whores. Cardi B, motherfucking what's the other little bop it name? Nicki Minaj and all this shit. Like when we was young niggas, bro, like we had Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, shit like that. Like somewhat of a half-ed positive influence. But back to the overall point, like it's different. Like we ain't got no community. Ain't no such thing as community right now. Like you can't even tell another child parent that they were just cussing you out. Like, bro, when I go pick my daughter up from school, she's still in elementary school, right? It be little kids running around talking about bitch and hoe and all this shit in front of the fucking parent. How a nigga like me supposed to correct that? These ain't my fucking children. How's a nigga like any nigga up here on this panel supposed to correct that? You can't. That's because they just been maintained and they ain't been raised. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. So you blame the moms, or you blame the
Man,
dad?
this shit,
You blame the
man, I
dads?
blame
Blame the dads for not being there?
no, because all circumstances ain't the same. Like a lot of these women out here is vindictive as fuck. Like they'll keep the child away from you just out of spite because they want the money from child support. I seen this one chick, right? She pregnant. The bitch wasn't pregnant for 2 weeks, bro. Was down at the motherfucking office putting a nigga on child support. Like, damn, bitch, you ain't been pregnant 2 weeks. Like, you just found out you pregnant. Like, you running straight to the motherfucking wild man to go get a hand out on some crowd shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this shit fucked up out here, bro. Like, and there's a nigga with a daughter. Like, man, how the fuck? How am I supposed to correct somebody else
What did
churn, bro?
what does that have to what does the child support have to do with the raising?
It got everything to do with the raising because it's like the one dude be saying, like, women live life on easy mode. Like, they don't have to deal with the consequences of their actions, right? Like when the chick get pregnant, she get automatically 3 options, right? She can go murder the motherfucking baby. She can run and straight get another motherfucker to bail her out with the child support and the government assistance and all that shit. Or you could just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do it on my own, and then still go back and double dip for the other 2 options. Like you don't have no accountability.
Yeah.
Like you get
Oh,
what I'm trying to say?
yeah, I understand it. I just there's a conflation between child support and seems to be visitation or having the kid with you.
I can't like my brother, right?
Well, let me ask you a question. Would your daughter's mom be able to stop you from raising her?
Hell no, I got full custody.
Well, what I'm saying is you ain't special.
You said what, bro?
I'm saying you ain't special.
Nigga, I'm in special. That's why the judge gave me full custody.
Well, I just wonder, um, you took the time, right? What you pushed for, what you fought for, what you were involved enough, and you had enough acumen to where, you know, they say, yeah, this man is worth giving a child to, right? You tried. Are our brothers trying? I think people get scared away by child support, thinking that visitation and custody is child support when those two things are separate. You weren't scared.
No, I wasn't scared because I know what I had to lose. Like I know like when they had them, right? I knew I was a 6-figure nigga at the time. I knew without a doubt that my daughter would be cool regardless. Like you get what I'm saying? I just wasn't gonna let another motherfucker take me to the cleaners, and I don't believe in abortion. So that shit was completely off the table. Like, so nigga, I got boss up.
Well, yeah, that's the point I'm making. I'm just wonder, like, I don't think nobody could keep Prax away from his two sons or Mr. Fantastic away from his three kids. So I just wonder, like, where do we draw the line at people continuing to say that? I'm telling you, this is a speculation, bro. Is that child support be kicking niggas in the ass, and we be so afraid of child support, we say, man, I ain't going to that court for nothing, because I don't think we understand how it works in terms of the legality.
No, but see, here's the kicker though, cause see, that's a double-edged sword, Hamp, because most niggas, even if they go in there and say stand, cause I've been in child court before, like I'd be bored as fuck sitting in the crib and just go down there. Bro, niggas get financially raped in those joints every day, bro. Like from 8 to 5, niggas be getting cleaned out, bro. And like I've seen a crackhead mom, bro, leave with full custody of the fucking kid, bro.
Just
And the nigga who she was fighting for the kid, he was in the courtroom, bro. Got bank statements and everything,
I
like
know that's
four,
what I'm
five
saying.
figure nigga,
That's what I'm saying to
and
you.
he still don't get the
But
kid.
that's what I'm saying to you. Him having bank statements are for child support court, right? People think that the filings are mutually exclusive. You can go to court for custody separate from child support. You never have to talk about child support in custody court. If you go to custody court and they start talking about money, the judge said that has no bearings here. You see,
Now
and this what I'm, but this what
here
I'm
in
saying
PA,
though.
it's all the same.
It's
It all gets dealt with in the same courtroom at the same time in the same
what I'm
courthouse.
saying. I'm not saying it's not in the same courtroom but the thing is, you have to have a filing for both independently, right? They have to do these
Yep.
things independently, right? Whether or not the same judge is hearing it may be a different circumstance. You see, but I'm just saying, like we are afraid because we don't know. Like Mr. Fantastic did his own divorce proceedings because he took the time to learn it, and oftentimes these things are guidelines and negotiations based on those two people, right? People being there fighting child support court when you understand they run the numbers through a calculation. And a lawyer will charge you all this money just to run the calculations. And it's it's just crazy. Like we are so ignorant to what our rights are and what we're subject to. And I think we trick ourselves off the street, so
Yeah.
to speak, you know?
Yeah, but Hamp, that kind of leans back to his original point, right?
Okay.
A lot of these women can't be negotiated with, and they purposely put men in the system to have control over them. For that matter, now just a little edification. In most cases, in most states, custody isn't dependent upon child support, but child support is dependent upon custody, right?
Yeah,
Because the amount of time you have with the child determines, how much money you're gonna have to pay. Because here in Florida, they call it overnights, right? So the amount of overnights you have and the amount of time that the child spends with you determines the percentage of the money that you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be deemed to pay. But I'm with you, Hamp, and trust me, bro. But at the same time, and I think both are outliers. The dudes that endure and no matter what have the worst of the worst moms and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
still do it right. and then to the dudes that just say fuck it. So I think it's a healthy medium, to where there may be some conflict between the two, but the men do what they have to do in spite of. The problem we have in hemp is, and we're talking community here, we're talking to children. One side is never held accountable for using the children as leverage and pawns, right? So making it difficult for a dad to be a dad, right? And what you see most of the time is the good dads, the quote unquote good dads, the stable dads, the ones that actually got their shit together. Those are the ones that's giving hard time. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that ain't shit, they can get their kids whenever they want, right? Partially because she can't take them to court and get anything. He don't give a fuck. He don't got nothing to get, right? Her child support gonna be motherfucking, maybe a fucking supersized McDonald's meal. So when we finally start holding this stuff to task, and having a true community honest conversation, again, everybody wants to, it's not a gender war, bro. It's not it's the facts. What do we know here? The women have control of the children, and I won't say most, but I would say 49% of these women make it difficult for these men to deal with their kids. And then, like I said, even in my case, Hamp, like you said, they go by the guidelines. But even though they go by the guidelines, both parties can agree to, what I'm saying, operate outside the guidelines and say, hey, this amount of money is too much. This is what's both, what I actually need and what he can afford. You
Yeah.
see, and those things aren't happening. So then the dad is so, oh nigga, that's just a little. That it ain't number $500. Well,
Yeah.
the man only makes 2,500,
I
and then
think
he got rent, he got car note, and all these other different things.
yeah, let me not be obtuse to the facts, right? I think even the keyword fight in there, I think is problematic, right? That it's
Exactly.
your child and yet you have to go through this quote unquote struggle, you know? I think that we have to be at this juncture, if that be true about the women, we have to be more proactive. Our prescriptions, Mr. Fantastic, and we argue about this all the time. The biological imperative, right? When it's tethered to someone who is allegedly doesn't have your best interest, we have to assess it because we keep
Yeah.
subjecting ourselves to a thing that controls our life for the rest of it. You know,
At
I
least
mean, it
18
just
years. Yeah,
at least
stop
18
nutting
years.
in these bitches, bro. Stop again. Stop planting your seed in unfertile soil and hemp. That's one thing that I know. I make sure. Listen, because I made that mistake. I've threatened my sons physically. Hey, you get a motherfucking woman pregnant out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, you're married or a serious relationship, we gonna fight like niggas in the street.
Only thing
Because
is
like I
this,
said, I've
only
been through that.
but only thing is this, Mr. Fantastic, is I think we have to make it a little bit more harsh though for men. I think we have to tether it to irresponsibility, right? Just because promiscuity, right, has also helped deteriorate our community. Like we
But
have to give promiscuity a level of account culpability in terms of where we are. You know?
but Ham, the problem with that is we can't control if a bitch is promiscuous or not.
No, wait, I'm talking about the men. I'm talking about the men. I'm talking
Men too can't control that. I mean,
Yeah,
they've been
talking about
promiscuous
well,
since
real,
the
thing is,
beginning
real
of time.
quick, Keon, I actually want you to get the floor. I wanted to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead.
but
My bad.
yeah, I'm saying, I'm talking to it's just the men right here right now. I'm talking to us, right? I disagree with this too. That women control access to sex. I don't. I can't wrap my head around that. But Mr. Fantastic saying I'm projecting based on what my experience was when I used to be beautiful and shit like that before I got old and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that could be fair. Feel me?
this nigga funny as hell.
I got married, so I'm out now. I'm straight now. You know what I mean? But so I'm just looking at it, bro. And if it's that dangerous, I'm just thinking the men with powerful voices, we have to say something different to try to get the boys close to being more safe, right? You know. So I don't know. They're just a conversation. Keon, I wanted to ask you a question though about the initial topic. Do you got kids? You see?
I do actually. I'm on child support. I really wanted to talk about it, but go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, go ahead. You so how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
27.
Okay, yeah, you look pretty young. Go ahead, talk your shit if you because you have a tangible experience. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the child support conversation to me is I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, the child came out the woman, right? And usually, most of the time, if that's the case, the child is given to the woman by the doctor, and the woman is taking the child home, and more than likely is being with the child most of the time. So that's why I feel like there's a woman-based kind of like, I guess, as Fantastic said, like they're taking over, or like they have more, I guess, authority over the child, is because initially they get the child. They the ones that birth the child. I feel like if men birth children, I hate to think about that, but if they birth children, I think it would be the same way in my opinion. But and that's why I really don't get into it. I feel like the child support thing is good. You know, that's the only there for you to be able to take care of your son. My in Indiana, my child support is depending on my income. And around what once I get the total amount, is 20%, 30%, or whatever my income is at that time. So that's what usually my child support is dependent on. And my whole story is crazy. They live in California, so it is what it is. We got separated. I mean, it is what it is. So that's why, to me, the whole child support thing is warranted once you actually break it down, like you were saying earlier, him. Like once you break it down and understand how it's calculated, and how it's actually coming about, you're not going to sit up here and say that you're in court getting raped. You're not going to say that because you just see that, it is what it is. If you really got a problem with it, try to fight for majority custody because that's what it's dependent on. Once you get majority custody, then usually they take you off child support. You still owe back child support, but the child support is not going to. You're not going to get a monthly for new child support. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the whole child support conversation.
Yeah, but when it come to child support though, bro, I could speak on this because I actually sit in family courts, bro. Like when I'm bored in the crib, like if we wasn't having a draft here right now, I would be at a fucking family court sitting in there and watching niggas get financially raped. Instead of, how about this? Instead of going needing and going through a middleman to get child support, how about we just come to an understanding? Look, bitch, you gonna give me him or her or them, meaning twins or triplets. When I say them, you gonna give me
Yeah,
them on 3 days out the week, and you get them for the other four. But you know why no woman would agree to no shit like that? Because she ain't receiving nothing.
because she ain't dumb. That's why she
No,
would agree to
no,
that.
no, no,
Because she's
no,
not
no.
dumb.
She's not receiving any monetary value from it. That's the only, like, and that's what I meant earlier when I said, like, it ain't no accountability. Like, cause see, when you come to them and negotiate, that it take accountability to say, you know what, I am gonna give him to or her or them to they dad because they need they dad. That take responsibility and accountability. That cut out the middleman. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it force you to be an adult, but they will never do that shit because they're not receiving nothing. Now, the minute that they receive some, all right, look, man, I give you 500. You let me get them for 4 days of the week. Nigga, they'll do that shit every fucking day and push for 7 to get another 300. But being that it's a middleman in the middle raping you, stealing from you, extorting you, that's why they do it, bro. Like, I've seen a woman, bro, take a nigga to child support, bro, put him on child support, and she just found out, like, she missed her fucking period or some stupid shit, and went straight to the goddamn child support office, bro. Pissed on the stick,
Yeah, but
found out she was pregnant, and flew to the fucking child support office. Nigga, how you gonna compete with that?
But hell no, that's not most people's experience. Look, most people's experience of men that's on child support is women that goes down to the government system and they ask for money and they ask for some type of government assistance. And once the woman asks for some type of government assistance, they're gonna find whoever father or whoever claimed to be the and put you on child support. That's usually most of the like I get what you're saying. I get that there's most men that when you grow up and stuff, you try to go to child support court and change up stuff, and then you still get messed up or whatever the case may be. I get that, but like that's not what's happening on most bases, bro. It's mostly just people who getting messed over because the woman is asking for some type of government assistance. Uh, if the father's there or not, or whatever the reason for. But and boom, now you're on child support because you signed up paperwork when he was born. If you didn't sign the paperwork when he was born, you have a better argument. But if you sign his birth certificate, it good luck, brother. Good
Prime
luck.
example, me. I didn't sign my daughter's birth certificate at all, bro. I didn't even show up. I was trying to go,
Mm,
right? I didn't sign it at all. I'm still not on that motherfucker. And I got full custody, my nigga. I've been had full custody of my daughter since she was 6 months old, bro.
mm,
And she 10. Now, I'm telling you, bro, because I don't know where you at. Here in the state of in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, my nigga, everything is backwards, bro. We're still governed by the Queen of England here, bro.
Hey, question: is her mom upright?
What you mean?
Like upright in all ways? Is she alive? Is she not? She's
Yeah,
not on drugs,
her
anything
mom,
like that. She's
no,
successful.
yeah.
Okay.
She doing good for herself. She a nurse.
Okay. She's in proximity to you.
Yeah, she live here in the city too.
Oh, so y'all get the baby go back and forth.
When I call, when my daughter say she want to see her mom, nigga, I don't hold her back.
Okay. So you guys don't have like a regiment.
Nah,
Okay. Keon, were you
but
saying? My bad. I had to walk off. Keon, you were a proponent of child support.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, and you're saying it's sorry, I had walk off. If you can condense it, it's like you saying it's like structurally sound.
Yeah, I feel so.
Okay,
I really killed myself, and this is why I really don't have a bad problem with me being on the child support because I killed myself. The reason why I'm on child support is because once she had the baby and we realized that we could get some type of money coming up front, um, we immediately went down to the government office and I was there when she put herself on government assistance because we needed the money at the time, and we was just gonna well, I wasn't in the office, of course, because but so I was up at the building when she was going up there to do that. So me thinking that I was just a smart young man at the time at 19, I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and get this $500, $600 up front so that we can actually start up something and do that. And 6, 8, 9 years later, I'm $7,000 deep in back child support. So we working on it though. Shout out, pray for me. Pray for
okay,
me.
okay. I see. So, are you still with her?
Nah, hell no. She's pregnant by a whole nother man. Actually, you know what? Story time. The man just texted me this morning talking about don't be talking about my relationship with my baby mama. I don't know if you want to go any further with that. But yeah, no, she's pregnant by a whole nother man right now.
He text you?
He texts me. Ain't that a bitch?
Why he text you? What? Say it again. Now you got me.
No,
In their
no, no,
community, they family.
no, no, no,
Hey
because
man,
he
I hate to
texted.
cut y'all off, man. I gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta keep it moving, man. Appreciate you, man. Good conversation.
You already out. Be safe.
Appreciate you.
What's up?
But
No, but yeah, he texted me because yesterday my baby mama texted me talking about she needs something to eat. Can you send me $23 until next week or some stuff like that? So I'm like, yeah, sure. But let me ask you a question. Why are you texting me asking me for any? Because this is like the third time in the last month. Why are you texting me asking me for any kind of money when you're pregnant by a whole nother man right now? When you have a boyfriend, as you said. And she was like, well, he does enough, yada yada yada. I'm like, well, he doesn't. Clearly, he doesn't do enough. If you're asking me for 23, like I get it if it's 200, 300, $23 just for you to get something to eat. I didn't understand that. I guess he went through her phone or she told him. I don't know what the whole process is, but at 1:43 in the morning, I got a text message from him talking about don't talk to my baby mama in no way about our relationship. Fuck, nigga, who are you talking? I mean, sorry, I don't know if I can talk, but who are you talking to? First of all, that was. But
Brothers,
go
y'all
ahead, brother.
brothers-in-law. You brother-in-laws.
Oh God, oh God, what are you talking about? Same girl, same girl. What you
so
mean,
he
boy?
call you, try to cuss you out because she asked you for money.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now
Don't be mad at me.
let me ask you though. Keep it tall. Can you get access to her if you wanted to?
Man, if I was in the same state, city, region, she wouldn't. This wouldn't even be. Man, look, no, I wouldn't say I got access now, but you know, I don't know. It's been 5 years since we've been together, so I wouldn't know if I got. I probably have to work on it. But at the end of the day, if she asks me for $23, I can still have. I think I'll have some type of access. If she's still
20,
asking me for money.
23 is a crazy number. Like it don't even make no sense.
She opened the door with that.
Yeah.
She left. That's to let you know you can get in because she asked you for something.
Come on now. But I'm not trying to get in with that. She's a bogus. She's bogus. She's a goofy. I could care less about that, bro, at
So,
this point.
but she has the baby.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But he or she is 9 or 10? You said 10 years old.
He's 8. Yeah, boy, he's 8.
Dang, so she lived far from you.
Yeah, she live in California. I live in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What part's
Lord.
crazy?
Because I want to come behind that. Because
Pause.
you said, yeah. I told you I don't do that, man.
Well, you need
Cogito ergo sum. I don't do that.
to start.